The Asia Floor Wage campaign is a campaign for a decent wage and a minimum living wage for garment workers in Asia who produce the maximum amount of garment for the entire world. The one good thing about the Asia Floor Wage campaign is that it makes concrete the demand for Asia Floor Wage. It gives a formula, it gives a number, and it says this is a minimum living wage or a minimum decent wage for a garment worker in Asia. Yeah. In developing countries, the major portion of the budget goes into food costs. Food costs tends to be the highest. So what we decided to do was take the food cost as an anchor concept for the formula. And then the thing is that, okay, well, everybody eats different food in different places, how do we do that, and so on. So on doing research, looking at international standards and what is needed and what are some of the numbers floating around in the Asian countries also, we fixed on the number of 3,000 calories. So no matter what you eat, it should amount to 3,000 calories for an adult. And that's what we think is needed for manufacturing workers, which includes, which has physical labor and so on. So having determined the food cost, then the question came up, well, are we going to define the wage according to a single worker, or should we take into consideration that a worker is rarely single? The worker is responsible for the family and so on. So we again looked at how wage is defined in different countries, so on and so forth, and we came to the idea that it should be 2 adults and 2 children. And we took into consideration household work. So we basically came to the figure of 1 earner family with dependents, with 2 dependents. 2 dependents, why? Because 1 adult is a full dependent and then 2 children are counted as 1 adult. So 1 earner and 2 dependents. And then the other question is, well, aside from the food, there's a lot of other things, yeah? Education, health, transportation, rent, childcare, savings, leisure, so on and so forth. And this list, there is no universal definition for the non-food costs. So what we then decided was that we will just look at how much workers tend to spend as a percentage of their wage on non-food costs. So when we looked at the range of percentages in Asia, we came to the average that it's good if we say 50% food costs and 50% non-food costs would be the Asia Floor Wage. So that is, it should be our point was that the definition should be believable, should be based on local needs, and should be something that people can understand quite rapidly and should not be too complicated. So that's how we came to the formula, which is 3,000 calories per adult food cost, 1 earner, 2 dependents, and 50%, that is double, half of the wage should go to non-food costs. And the other thing we said is that this should come on no more than 48 hours a week, because the different Asian countries have anywhere from 40-hour week to 48-hour week. So it should not exceed 48 hours. And which means that it should be without overtime benefits and so on, before overtime benefits. So that is what the Asia Floor Wage is. And then the way we express it is that we use the denomination of purchasing power parity, PPP, because PPP is a relative currency. It's an imaginary and relative currency which allows us to express a number which in reality is a moving target. It differs by country by country. So I won't get into the complexity of what exactly a PPP is, but now the Asia Floor Wage is defined as 475 PPP. And when it's translated to national currencies, say, in China or India or Indonesia, it results in different numbers based on the economy of the country. So the interesting part of this is that one of the barriers to raising wages that countries have is that they will lose their national competitive edge. And because of the relative currency, we are able to take that factor into consideration, because the actual figures will differ from country to country depending on their competitive, ranking in the economy.